a journalist imprisoned for speaking the truth, a child walking miles for clean water, a family fleeing war, crossing borders with nothing but hope. Different faces, different places. Yet one shared question: what does it mean to live with dignity and safety? Welcome to the final episode of our political science series, where we explore the soul of global politics, human rights, and human security. Welcome back to the Learning Studio. You're watching our political science series, and in today's episode, we'll talk about human rights and human security, two concepts that stand at the heart of justice, freedom, and peace in the modern world. From the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to the fight for equality, from global poverty to digital surveillance, human rights are the thread that connects every issue we've discussed in this entire journey. And if you've been following this series from the start, congratulations, you've explored the very foundations of how the world works. What are human rights? Human rights are the basic freedoms and entitlements every person deserves, simply because they are human. They include the right to life, liberty, equality, education, and freedom of thought, expression, and belief. After the horrors of World War II, the world said never again. In 1948, the United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, led by thinkers like Eleanor Roosevelt, marking the first global commitment to protecting human dignity. But rights on paper mean little without security in reality, and that's where the idea of human security comes in. From state security to human security. For centuries, security meant protecting the state, borders, armies, and sovereignty. But the late 20th century changed that idea. Wars, pandemics, terrorism, and climate disasters revealed something deeper. True security isn't about protecting governments, it's about protecting people. The United Nations Human Development Report, 1994, redefined security into 7 dimensions: economic, food, health, environmental, personal, community, and political security. In this view, a person threatened by hunger, disease, or injustice is just as insecure as someone in a war zone. Human rights in the 21st century. Today, human rights face both new hopes and new threats. Digital surveillance and data privacy challenge freedom in the age of AI. Refugee crises test global compassion. Climate change threatens the very right to life for future generations. Gender and racial inequalities persist despite progress. At the same time, movements like Me Too, Black Lives Matter, and youth climate strikes show that global citizenship is alive, and people everywhere are demanding justice. Human rights versus national sovereignty. But here lies the political tension. Should nations be free to govern as they wish, or should global standards of human rights override national laws? This debate shapes the United Nations, global diplomacy, and even intervention in conflict zones. Balancing universal rights with cultural diversity remains one of the hardest and most important questions in global politics. Human rights are not Western or Eastern, they are human. And human security reminds us that peace is not just the absence of war, it is the presence of justice, opportunity, and dignity for all. The journey of political science, from Plato to postmodernism, has always been about one thing: how to build a world where power serves people, not the other way around. And that brings us to the end of our political science series, a journey through ideas, revolutions, and the evolving story of humanity itself. If you've enjoyed this series, don't forget, this is just the beginning. We'll continue exploring more subjects, each crafted with the same passion and insight, only here on the Learning Studio. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep believing in a world built on justice, peace, and human dignity.